All right. Oh my God, we are in the presence of greatness today, everybody. I don't even know how to introduce the guest today because we
Well,
go
I mean,
so
let me just lower the
freaking
bar
far
for everyone.
back.
The greatness wasn't available, so I was all that Anna could get for our time together today.
I went through the entire Kajabi organization and found the one person that was available, and I said, all right, I'll take you. First of all, if you're watching this, you're in either of two places. You are either yet not registered for the Make My Clone Challenge, which means you're living under a rock, and I don't know what the hell's going on with you. You don't want freedom, you don't want growth, you don't want scale. We're gonna have a blast. Go to makemyclone.ai/start. Get your seat saved right now. We are going to be at about 30 to 35,000 people registered for this challenge. I don't even know how to process that, so that's going to be interesting. All right, number two. If you're watching this from inside the Facebook group for the challenge, because you already saved your seat, go upgrade to VIP. Don't be cheap. Come on, it's 12 bucks a day, 37 bucks for the whole 3 days. Helps us pay for the ad spend, and you get some really cool perks. Go to makemyclone.ai/VIP. Now, I really, truly don't know how to introduce the next guest because we go way back, 2 decades. More than 2 decades back.
In online marketing years, that's like an eternity. That's like
that is an eternity.
Or life.
That is. So here's something interesting. I have known you, JCron, for almost half of my entire life now. More than half of my entire life.
Which is so weird because when we met, we were young and full of potential, and now we're 40s. And I mean, that's like that. Yeah, it's insane. It's nuts.
Oh man. So everyone, JCron, the co-CEO, returning back to Kajabi. Super excited. I was pumped when he messaged me about this. He was one of my first, out of all the friends I made in the internet marketing space, I think the first 5, this JCron was one of them. We used to hang out all the time, talk all the time, and then he went and became a big shot. And he helped, lead Kajabi into its absolute epic greatness. Now he's back and it's going to be the next big frontier. So big shout out to Kajabi, by the way, for being one of our partners here at the Make My Clone Challenge. So all of you watching, this is a free challenge because in part of the love and partnership with Kajabi.
Well, I mean,
now,
in all sincerity, Anik, we could not be more excited to be supporting this event with you. As you were sharing that some people are watching this that are not yet registered and others that have not yet upgraded to VIP. But what is so shocking is when you think about 35,000 people are going to be learning how to leverage clones of themselves, literally robots that can be out there doing the heavy lifting for you 24/7, 365. Anybody who is not leveraging this is going to absolutely lose to anybody that is. That this ability to have this army working on your behalf all day, every day, it is the ultimate skill heading into this next iteration of entrepreneurship. So anybody that's missing this, mark my words, you'll look back on today as the day that you decided to let somebody else eat your lunch on purpose. I don't know why.
I like that. Man, all right, I'm going to take that, turn that into an ad and run that. That's awesome. Well, here's the thing, right? So AI gets this bad rep because people are like, AI schlop, it's nonsense, it's this, that. And the content that my clone is putting out is epic. It's great. It's me. Because part of what we're going to teach during this challenge is what we call the BIV method, B-I-V-V. And the very first step, you have to have 4 clones to create your super agent. The first step is cloning your brain. No one talks about this. And as long as you do a good job, the right job, the appropriate way to clone your brain, then the clone creates content that is based off of your unique frameworks, your unique thought process, your unique material. And one of the things I love about Kajabi, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know, JCron, if I'm allowed to or not, but when I reached out to them to help partner with us on this, the first question I was asked, define what you mean by AI and how it's going to be used, because where they were going was, if this is just going to be one of those one prompt, throw up a course kind of crap, we at Kajabi are not participating in that. We don't want to syndicate that kind of. And I was like, no, pause. I'm on the same boat. I don't want that crap either, because that's crap content. That's AI schlop, as we call it. I'm talking about magnifying what I can do, what I already know, getting my voice out, and I'm teaching that to a ton of other people. And they were like, all right, then we're game on. So, but here's something that's interesting too, and I have this question for JCron, and I suspect a big part of his Steve Jobs moment, this is what I call it for him, when they're coming back to Kajabi.
I went hoodie though instead of the mock turtleneck.
You gotta differentiate a little bit at least, man, right? So But I would suspect a big part of this, a big initiative, is going to be the AI side of things. And Kajabi has already become synonymous with like the best platform for hosting your courses and basically the centralized suite of tools for those who are creators. Haven't seen that much AI side yet, so I'm gonna poke that a little bit. JCron, tell us. I know you've got stuff that you guys are working on.
You
And you're going to attack
absolutely are
it.
going to be seeing a tremendous amount of it. So we actually joined on the 15th anniversary of Kajabi, which was November 14th. And
Wow.
sorry,
Been that
October
long.
14th. So it's now been a month and a half. And we are about to release our messaging around our new development cycles, which are all going to be AI through the lens of what we believe it is meant to be. We don't believe that AI should be a replacement for human intelligence and experience. We believe that authenticity is going to be the new currency, not just attention. And we believe that AI should be the ultimate amplifier of your intelligence, your experience, your passions, your proficiencies. These should all be things that take what's in here and take what's in here and use the technology to put it everywhere, not use the technology as a supplement or surrogate for a lack of knowledge or experience. If that actually worked, the information revolution would have already solved our problems, because really all AI is today is a technology that remembers everything, makes all of it searchable and accessible, but absent the human ability, it's still going to be like taking a suit off the rack. And yes, it qualifies as a suit in the intellectual sense, but until it's tailored to you, it's not a suit you're going to wear. It's not a suit that's going to have you looking your best. So we are very much in the camp of, we want to see AI be the ultimate accelerant to move people faster and further than they could ever go without it, but most definitely in the name of amplifying your intelligence, your expertise, and your experience.
Yeah, I love that. That was so well articulated. And, you know, I also think a lot of creators will look at the concept of clones and say, this will replace me. I do not say that. I don't want myself replaced. Hell, I'm pretty damn smart and I come up with good stuff. I have 25 years of track record of proving that. I don't necessarily want that replaced, but you know what I do want? I want more of me that can understand the way I think and can produce an output. So it's literally like a lot of times entrepreneurs will say, God, I wish I could just clone myself. Like you can now, and the amount I'm creating in the span of a day or two now rivals that what would take me a month or two before, right? So I'd have an idea, and when we have ideas as entrepreneurs, our different neurons are firing, and if we want to put that business plan together, then you go to somebody else and you have to like download that information on them. It's like a game of telephone, bunch of stuff gets lost along the way. And so what would take me weeks to bring the team together and I'm doing in the night, because I literally have multiple me's that have access to the exact same information that I've given it, the context, going out and producing and working. And whether it's social media, course creation, whether it's writing my emails, creating my ads. Heck, the other day I participated in a virtual summit and it was my clone. Nobody knows this, but it wasn't me presenting. It was my clone that presented. It was a pre-recorded. And every word out of that clone and everything it taught was unique. You couldn't even find it online right now because it's our unique stuff. So the concept of amplifying, I want everybody that's in this challenge, and that's something I really want to really drive home for everybody, is that this is about amplifying you, not replacing you. If you try to replace you, you might succeed for the first month, but over time you're going to see an attrition. It's going to be a drop off because that growth isn't going to be there. What we can do though is get rid of the mundane, repetitive tasks, the things that are just, this is why entrepreneurs a lot of times will wear black t-shirts only with jeans, right? It's just because one less decision we have to make. And free you, the human, up to do the higher level thinking, to do all of that and let the AI do the
this going, and why this type of summit is so important is this is leverage that is unable to be gotten any other way. That what we're seeing happen today is the desired state hasn't changed. That if you look at what this industry was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 100 years ago, when it was correspondence by mail courses sold in the back of Success magazine in 1902, nothing has changed as far as why people are pursuing those goals. They want the same thing. But what is changing today is we are moving from a society that used to accept education and effort to get to an outcome, and now we only want the outcome. That 15 years ago, I could have given somebody a course and said, hey, great news. In 8 to 12 hours, you're going to know everything I know and you can execute on that. And if I say today to somebody, I need 8 to 12 hours because I want you to learn this, their first response is going to be, nah, man, I'm just going to go ask ChatGPT and I'm going to get the outcome. Because what I want is the baby. I don't care about the labor pains. I don't want to go through the effort. I don't want to actually know this in a deep way. I just want to know the next step now and the next step after that and the next step after that. And that's the way that the world is being trained on how those results are achieved. If you're not leveraging AI to be able to deliver that at scale, you will lose to someone who is. If you're still relying on putting content out there and hoping that the static consumption of it is enough, it's not going to work. You have to be able to deliver that outcome at scale. And the only way that you can do that is by leveraging you being in places that you can't be in right now because there's only one of you and you need a lot of you.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think at this point, I'm telling everybody, I was on the camp for a while, JCron, about like, yeah, AI is going to impact jobs. A lot of jobs are going to be lost. And over the last few weeks, something interesting has happened as I've magnified the use of my own clone. And as I'm doing more and more, I'm sleeping less, opportunities are booming. And I haven't been this excited, but here's an interesting challenge that I was discussing with the head of our AV. I was flying with him yesterday and he's sitting right here and we can't hire fast enough. We cannot hire fast enough. Now, the roles, yes, maybe we're hiring different types of roles, but just yesterday, we got a message from one of our team members in India that lives in a very rural part of India, whose father, he grew up in a family where his father is a rickshaw driver. I mean, they are by no means well off. He didn't have access to tremendous education from what I understand. But he is now on our team as a quote unquote audio engineer. He's making sure that the AI voice of mine that gets output, and he's using these tools to do it, right? So he doesn't have to have this ridiculous education to do it, but he's well employed by us to the point where he sent a thank you note saying, hey, thanks to this job, we actually, for the first time ever in our family, bought our own rickshaw. My dad has bought his own rickshaw now. And I'm sitting there thinking, if it wasn't for AI, there's no way that this guy would have that job, right? So now all of a sudden, my whole perspective is changing. I look at my own business and I'm like, no, I'm hiring more. And I'm accessing areas of the world that I wouldn't have hired from before because X amount of training and knowledge was necessary, which it isn't now. And so I actually see this as a huge opportunity for much more worldwide employment. And I just feel like if we could get this into more people's hands, we collectively as humanity will output so much more and grow so much faster. We don't have to be scared of AI if we learn to partner with it properly. And I'm excited that Kajabi is going to be taking this approach to it because this is the right approach. And for everyone who's watching, during the challenge, we're going to build a course using Kajabi. We're going to literally show you first how we create the courses, the actual physical, and then how to get that thing up and running on Kajabi and transacting very quickly. So the Kajabi team will be there. We're going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to give you a great offer so that if you want to use Kajabi, you can do so. But for now, what you need to do is get committed to the challenge, save the dates, mark that time, and I'm telling you right now, watch what JCron and team do at Kajabi over the next year to 2 years. I 100% have seen, I've been watching him for over 2 decades. I know when he gets involved in something, what's gonna happen. So I'm excited, man. Thank you again.
And it's one of those things, Anik, that for everybody that is plugging into this summit, I implore you, pay attention and leverage it. The greatest fortunes in our world are always made in times of great change and great uncertainty. And what you're having happen right now, and I know that many of you watching this are probably thinking you might already be too late, that there's already people out there leveraging these tools. The very fact that you're here has you in the 1% of technology adopters, that this is something that hasn't hit mainstream yet. It's not played out. It's not crowded. There is so much space and so much leverage to be gained by being able to clone yourself and amplify yourself across all channels. You will be blown away at what is possible. But what I can tell you is Opportunity never expires. It's simply taken by people that are ready for it. And so it's either going to be you or it's going to be somebody you know that is leveraging AI in a way that is absolutely transformative. And it absolutely should be you. That's the whole reason you're here.
Love it. All right. Awesome. Well, one more time, JCron, thank you for your support and partnership on this challenge. Thank you for everything, and welcome back. Excited to have you back in the game with us. I can't wait to see what Kajabi does.
Couldn't be more excited myself, and Kajabi stands firmly in the belief that the world needs your expertise, and we're here to help make sure that it's amplified and accessible everywhere it needs to be.
Love it. All right, everybody, go check out Kajabi, get into the challenge, upgrade to the VIP, get active in the community. It's going to be a ton of fun, and let's see what happens.
We'll see you there.
All right. All right. Thank you, everybody.